Shout out to the ones that said that I'd never make it.
Shout out to the haters that said I'd never be famous.
Middle finger to the ones just standing over there hating. Mama said I'd be great, well I'ma show you greatness.
Alright, One Corny family down here downtown, Old Market. Got to meet up with Mr. Wizdum. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm alright, man. I got a few questions for you. Are you ready for me?
I got a few answers.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. First off, how your day going?
My day is going beautiful, bro. It's been the nicest day we've had all week. 72 degrees today. I can't complain about nothing. You know what I'm saying? What I do is I come down here to the Old Market when it's nice out, and I started a program back in June called Kindness Destroys Hate, trying to put positive vibes back out into the community. And since I started that program, it's also put me in a position of being blessed to launch a product line of the same name, Kindness Destroys Hate. And so anytime I do have a nice day in the city, I come out here to the Old Market, right outside of Spaghetti Works, right here on 11th and Howard, and I set up my 5 or 6 tables with all my merchandise, and I just sit here and show the world what I got.
Oh, okay, understood. Is that what that is on your hat?
That's what that is on my hat, KDH.
Yes, sir.
That's what that is on my hoodie.
Okay.
Kindness Destroys Hate. It all began back in June, back when everybody was acting crazy down here, doing the rioting and the breaking stuff.
Yeah.
And I personally wanted to put a different spirit or energy into the community air. And I thought, how can I do that? I sat in my room and I brainstormed. And even if whether anybody helped me or not, I wanted to show my family and my kids and my friends that one person can make a difference. So what I did was I decided I'm gonna come out every week and feed people. It simply just started off as simple as giving out some bag lunches. You have your choice of sandwich, a bag of cookies, a bag of chips, a piece of fruit, and a cold water. People liked the idea of what I wanted to do, so they started offering donations. I had a lady come with garbage bags of clothes to my house. So now I have meals and clothes. I had a lady come and bring 40 pairs of shoes to my house. Now I'm offering free meals, clothing, and shoes. Then, out of nowhere, I had another lady come to my house and bring me 500 diapers. So now I had this whole setup where every Thursday you can come and see Wiz, and you can get a free meal, 2 free pieces of clothing, a free pair of shoes, and however many diapers you need if you're a young mother. And I did that for a while, and then it just turned into this thing where I bought 30 t-shirts, and the purpose of the t-shirts was to give away free to anybody that would volunteer to help me. Well, I had 30 t-shirts and 6 volunteers. So I had all these extra t-shirts that said Kindness Destroys Hate, and luckily enough, I was blessed that friends in the Old Market, friends in Omaha, friends in Council Bluffs, they started asking me, hey Wiz, I'll buy a t-shirt, can I get one of your t-shirts? And from that moment, and starting that program, 5 months later, I now send these products around the world. I just sent 5 sweatshirts to England. I got 4 sweatshirts going to Scotland. I just had a lady sit here today while I was sitting here and order 6 hats from me from the Dominican Republic. So now, something that began as a way to help my community has now affected people around the globe.
I think that's very inspiring, man. Keep doing that, man. I like that, man.
Yes, sir.
So, you mind if I ask you a few questions about your music journey?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, the name Wizdum,
yes.
Where does that come from?
Back in '99. Now you're seeing the gray. I've always been a person that liked education. I've always been a person that sought knowledge. I've always been a person that had questions. And I've always been a person that liked to read and learn. I've also always been a person that wrote stories and poetry, even as a young child. So in 1999, when I first moved to the Midwest for the first time, my kid's mom, at the time, she had a very good friend that was an artist, a rapper. And you might know him today. He goes by the name of Prophecy.
Okay.
And so me and him hooked up when I moved here in 1999. And we just became good friends, and I would just hang around and kick it with him while he did his thing and practice his stuff. And one day we were sitting around listening to some instrumentals. I'll never forget it till I die. And he looks me in my face and he says to me, have you ever thought about putting some of your poems to music? He said, a rap isn't nothing but a poem on a beat. And he said that to me, and 22 years later, a monster was created.
Word.
Let me say that again. 22 years later. So this young man that I met in 1999, who is still making music and doing his thing, who is still one of my best friends and brothers to this day, 22 years later, said a couple words to me that changed my entire life.
That's dope. That's super dope. So with that, tying into that question, how would you describe the music that you make?
I would describe it very uniquely. And when I say very uniquely, I don't mean anything other than the fact of I don't sound like anyone. I don't rap like anyone. I literally have spent the time and dedication to create my own lane. So when you put in a Wiz CD,
You get Wiz.
You literally get wisdom. You get my life, you get my experiences, the things that I've been through, and the way that I see the world, and the way that I portray it through language. And I think that in itself is very unique.
So what's your creative process when you're doing all that?
It goes one of two ways. I like to listen to beats, and when I hear a beat, especially if it's something that I like or love, I'll know immediately. And I know it might sound weird to hear, but literally when I hear a beat and I study it and I listen to it, the beat tells me what to write about. It tells me what to say.
That doesn't sound weird. That makes sense.
But then, on a more creative tip, there are other times where I don't have a beat, and maybe I wasn't inspired by music at all, but I was just inspired to sit there and write my thoughts.
Understood.
And that's another form of artistic concept.
Yes.
So you have the rap artist that's sitting there with the pen and the pad, listening to the beat, trying to write his words. And then other times I might not hear any music at all. Something just might strike my heart that I need to write right now.
Right.
Because I have that background in poetry. So it might not even be from music. There's some things that, even to this day, in 2020, there's some things that I just sit in my room and write as a poem that later becomes a song that you hear. But I just wrote it as a poem because it was on my heart and I had to get it out.
So what kind of message do you give your fans through your music?
I give them a variety of messages. I give them, the main message that I give through my music is the fact that no matter who you are and no matter what anyone says, or no matter how you may feel about yourself, do not give up. There's been so many times I wanted to put the pen down. There's been so many times I've been disappointed, lied to, messed over in this game. It's a cruddy game, the music industry. The entertainment industry is a cruddy game. And there's been so many times that I've had enough. But it's who I am and it's what I do. And every time that I was ready to quit or give up, something happened in my life, or some sign was given, or some phone call was made, or some text showed up on my phone that gave me a reason to keep going. And that keep going has now led me into 22 years of still going.
How do you feel the internet has altered or impacted the music business?
Oh, I think the internet, I don't know if you're ever familiar with the old song when they said that video killed the radio star.
Yes.
Well, the internet killed the music industry. And I say that because now I don't have to try to stand outside of Interscope for some guy to take my tape and throw it in the trash. Now I can sit in my bedroom, get a computer, a mic, some headphones, set it up, make my own song, put it online, and there it is.
Everybody has access to it.
I don't need Clive Davis. I don't need.
You don't need to travel.
None of
that. You don't need to go around.
I don't need nobody's permission. I don't need nobody to
sell CDs out your trunk no more.
None of that. I can just put it out there, and social media has allowed the world to make a judgment call on what they like or what they don't like.
So is that a good or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing for artists.
Okay.
It's a bad thing for the music industry because they make their money off of artists, and they make their money off of marketing and promotion of artists. But now we're living in a time period where artists sit at home and market and promote themselves.
If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be? Even if it's the direction that it goes, even if it's the way people connect in the industry, even if it's the way the marketing is done, anyway, like, is there anything about the industry specifically that you would personally change?
The work ethic. Let's talk about that for a second. Because now you have these people, and I'm not saying anything negative about anyone, I'm not knocking anyone, but what I'm saying is the internet and social media has made it so easy now to get heard and be seen, that what that has caused, although it's awesome for artists, although it is amazing for artists, it's an amazing platform for artists, a problem in my eyes that has caused is laziness. What do I mean by laziness? What I mean is we now have this internet generation of people that constantly post and share things online and get it out there, that none of them have any idea or any clue what the work is like. They don't have any idea or clue what it's like to go out with a trunk of CDs. They don't have any idea or clue what it's like to walk streets or to go and talk to hundreds or thousands of people.
And have to do that.
And have to tell them who you are and have to present yourself because you believe in yourself.
In order to make something out of what you're doing. They
Correct.
would never understand.
Correct.
Is there any famous musicians that you admire for doing so?
One of my all-time influences and favorite people of this time now that I look up to would have to be Kevin Gates. Like, Gates is definitely a role model to me.
Why?
Just from the whole aspect of a person that, like me, built his own thing. And whereas Gates is a person that is now in the music industry, he started and created something on his own. In other words, okay, let me put it like this. We spent our whole life trying to be that artist that got signed by so-and-so. I got a deal by Def Jam. I got a deal by Rockefeller. We spent our whole time trying to get that deal.
Yeah.
As opposed to a person like Kevin that had his own thing.
And pushed that.
And pushed it out and made the industry work for him.
Word.
It wasn't him asking to be in the industry. He pumped his shit so hard that the industry came looking for him. And that's what I would like to do, because I have my own vision and inspiration to be the first artist to go around the world with no music industry.
Word. Word.
Just off of social media and hard work.
So, another tie-in, since you said that, what is there any artists out there that you would like to do a collab with?
You know, let me tell you who I'm really feeling right now, bro. Rod Wave.
Wow.
I would love to see Wizdum featuring Rod Wave.
Yeah, that's fire.
Let me see. I think I would love to see Wizdum featuring Roddy Ricch.
Fire.
And they ain't ready for Wizdum featuring the baby.
So, as far as your music, you got any favorite personal songs or any favorite personal songs you like to perform?
One of my favorite songs to perform is a remix I did in honor of the artist Young Greatness. And he had a hit single that was out called Moolah. And he died shortly after that.
Okay.
But I always liked that song. It always struck me. So I took it and I remixed it with my own lyrics, and I put it out there as kind of like a dedication in honor of him.
Okay.
And that's something that I like to perform, just for that reason.
That's dope. So off the chart kind of question, what's the most useless talent that Wizdum has?
The most useless talent?
Useless talent. What is the most useless talent that you have, because you're a very talented guy?
Well, none of them are useless.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, just a quick question, So, do you sing?
Not at all. I wish I did. If I did, the game would be over with. Y'all all be out of business.
So, do you sing on your personal time?
On my personal
by yourself?
time? Yes.
Okay. So, when you listening to the radio, are you hitting those notes when they hit them?
Let me tell you, bro, I myself personally don't think I'm a good singer at all. There's people that have heard my stuff and listened to me and they're like, Wiz, you should sing. You have a decent voice. You have a good voice. I don't really think so. I'm not a singer. I'm no singer. But I won't discredit the fact that maybe with some training, I could get there.
Word. I think if you was
But
to
when
ever...
when it comes to them bars, though,
Oh yeah, I've suffered from them bars as well, so I definitely know the work that comes behind the words. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, you're a great man. You got a lot of potential to do anything that you want. I remember you out in I think it was New York somewhere.
Yeah.
You went there without $1.
Yeah, bro.
Out of passion, inspiration, man. I know.
Just like I hopped on a plane with $200 because I couldn't get nobody to help me. I don't know if they didn't believe me or they thought I was blowing smoke, but I told the world I was going to Europe and nobody would help me. So I hopped on an airplane.
Well.
I hopped on an airplane with $200 and flew to Portugal. And as soon as I landed, it was over with.
See, the reason why I mention that, Wiz, is because a lot of people, even a person like myself, we all, want that greatness, and we all just want to kind of, snappy. But I don't see too many people willing to take them sacrifices that you've taken. You see what I'm saying?
That's correct.
People are not going to go out their way as much as you are to do what you're doing.
Gotcha.
And, I was always told you get out of life what you put into life.
Correct.
Agreed? But when you do go to Africa, please take a picture and send that to me,
I'm going to take several.
I definitely got to show up there one day myself. And,
yes, sir.
Like I was saying, thank you, man. I appreciate you for sharing your story. I wish blessings on your whole success. I hope your merch go off. I love your message behind your merch. That's another reason I can stand behind it, because what you're saying, man, and I think that's extremely positive, man.
Yes,
so, yeah, keep going. Many blessings, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
For the time. I hope you have a great night, great day, and tomorrow, and just continue striving, man. Once again,
absolutely.
One Corny Family. Can I get a shout out from Wiz to One Corny Family, please?
One Corny Family. Thank you. Thank you for putting me on. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for even hunting me down to do this.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I had to. It's an honor to me, though, to be honest, man. So thank you once again, and over and out.
Break from the slight bend till my life ends. I swear that most these niggas is hype men. Straight up, I hear them talking, let it blow in the night wind. Only time they have my back is when they throw